It's about 3:45 in the morning. We're all packed. Alarm's just gone off. We're ready to go. It's about 1500 k's. Should be there by about 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
So we'll hit the road. Darwallinu was the first town we stopped in, located just off Great Northern Highway, about 250 kilometres out of Perth. We topped up the diesel and got a bit of breakfast here. About 20 kilometres on is Woburn, another sheep and wheat farming town. The name is derived from an Aboriginal word meaning water nearby. We turned right on the outskirts of town to stay on Great Northern Highway. We came across a lot of road trains which are speed limited at 90 kilometres an hour. Most of them will give their indicator a flick to let you know it's clear to pass. But you got to take care because they can be up to 53.5 metres long, so they can take a while to pass. Herds of feral goats can be seen along the road throughout the Gascoyne and Pilbara region. Goats were introduced to Western Australia in the early colonial era to provide milk, butter, meat, for light haulage and even racing. So here we are, 575 k's northeast of Perth, in a town called Mount Magnet. It's a small gold rush town with a population of about 450. The town got its name from an isolated hill in the area with a high iron content that affected the compasses of early explorers. Roughly 50 k's on from Mount Magnet is another small gold rush town called Kew. In the height of the gold rush, Kew boasted a population of over 10,000 people, but with World War I and II drawing many locals from town to join the army, the Great Depression and the subsequent fall in gold prices, the population fell to about 500 people. Currently I think it's sitting about 300, 350. Many of these are self-employed prospectors or involved in the sheep grazing or tourism industries. Our aircon belt had broken by this stage and it was starting to get pretty hot, so we stopped in town to get some fuel and get a couple of ice creams to cool down. We saw heaps of animals on and beside the road, including goats, cows, wild horses, dingoes, emus, feral cats and eagles. Our final stop for fuel on the way to Karijini was Newman. We're about 1200 kilometres north of Perth now and about 200 k's away from camp. We actually missed the turn off in a town and had to turn around, so if you're familiar with the area and wondering why we're driving in from the north, now you know why. Also, between Kew and Newman was the town of Meekatharra, a fairly large town of 800 odd, nearly half of which are of Aboriginal descent. We didn't film as we drove through because we were pulled over by the police for a random breath test and vehicle check.
We got in last night at about 8 o'clock and found this site. Which camping bay are we in, Tiff? Can you remember? Is it Dingo?
I don't know.
I can't remember, but it's the one without the generator and it's near Dales Gorge. It's Dales Gorge Campground, just can't remember the actual name of it. As you can see, the floor is just rocks. So we've not been able to get any pegs at all in, which means we can't get the awning for the camper trailer out. So we're using the car one at the moment, which will do the job, but it's a bit annoying because we've got to pack it away every time we want to go for a drive. It's really hot. Overnight, I think it was only probably 25 degrees, but well, maybe Tiff reckons no, maybe 30 odd. But in the tent with absolutely no airflow. No airflow seems to go through those through that mesh. We were roasting, and the fire's really bad, as you can see. So we're struggling a bit. We're normally better set up, better prepared, but we're struggling a bit this time. But we're just going to pack up now and head off to Dales Gorge and Circular Pool and Fern Pool and Fortescue Falls. I think that's what we're seeing this morning. So yeah, let's pack up.
This is the rim of Dales Gorge. It's the closest gorge to the Dales Gorge campground where we camped, probably about a 5-minute drive. From the car park, it's about an 800 metre walk down to the bottom of the gorge. It's mostly pretty easy going, it's just stairs and a couple of little rock ledges. And then as you get to the bottom, you get to the first pool, which is Fortescue Falls. So it ranges in depth from a couple of hundred mils probably to a couple of metres because I couldn't quite touch the bottom in some areas. And on the right of the pool there you've got this little rock waterfall, which is Fortescue Falls. A short walk upstream from Fortescue Falls is Fern Pool.
Oh, the flies go in the canal.
Yeah, we'll have a look. Lazy bug.
You can walk a couple of kilometres downstream from Fortescue Falls and Fern Pool to get to the next pool, which is Circular Pool. But it was hot, so we decided we'd drive up the road and have a look. Just as well we did, because it was crazy busy down there, so we decided we'd give it a miss anyway. After lunch, we were back in the car and off to see Hammersley Gorge. It's the furthest of the gorges, about 100 kilometres from camp, roughly half of which is unsealed but on well-graded gravel.
Access to the upper pool, including spa pool, is not permitted. Do not attempt to climb up the waterfall.
Quick look out on that. 400 metres, 1 hour return. Oh look, there's a few people walking up there. Is that where it is? See all the perch? I think it's perch.
Eh.
It's nice. It's my favourite so far.
Yeah, I like this. I preferred the fern pool, but this is a lot quieter. Nice. Yeah. I bet this waterfall's cranking in winter, hey? Yeah, it is nice.
We went for a bit of a swim downstream. It opened up into a nice little pool that we had to ourselves.
Oh, that's the pool right there.
Oh, I think there's a spa further on. Just step lightly. I'm filming you if you do, because it could be hilarious.
No, it won't be.
Come. Good one.
Walking up this waterfall section, there are a couple of nice little rock pools along the side, and then further up is the natural spa. It was pretty busy, so we had a bit of a look, and then we decided we'd walk back to the car.
We'll have a quick look.
After Hammersley Gorge, we decided we'd duck into Tom Price to get some fuel. As we're driving along, I spotted this monitor from the car and thought I'd have a closer look. I'm pretty sure he's a Pilbara rock monitor. Tiff's yelling at me from the car to be careful, and with good reason. You don't want to back these guys into a corner or stress them too much, because they will bite you. And the carrion they eat means there's a pretty nasty bacteria in their mouth, which could result in a bad infection.
No, he's alright. They're aggressive. Yeah, I'm not getting too close to him. He's alright. Karijini Gorge.
Do you want to go all the way down or not?
Might as well go for a swim. Yeah?
We'll see.
No, but you can't see the waterfall, so it mustn't be it. That's the waterfall down there, eh? Oh, I can just see the bottom of it out.
He's obnoxious with that thing.
Let Tiff get a photo. Tell me when you're done. Right, obnoxiously. There he goes. Yeah, I think we climb over the rocks.
No.
Yeah, climb up there. Come.
No.
Yeah. Look how trodden this path is, Tiffy. It's definitely the path. More perch. They look a bit different, eh? Their heads are black. Come on, let's go, eh?
Home?
No, over. Towards the waterfall. And I'm filming it in case you slip.
It won't be funny.
Be funny later. They just get better, don't they? Lovely.
That pool and waterfall were only a couple of 100 metres from the car park. Then we walked downstream along the river for a few kilometres to get to the next big pool. Well, we think that's the end because we couldn't see any sort of path past there. It just goes to rock face after that. Could climb through that hole, but Tiff won't let me. And look, she's waiting impatiently for us to go. Back to the car. Joffrey Gorge. Oh, that's the waterfall there in front.
Yeah.
Big pool. There's someone's kayak paddle down there.
Yeah, and there's the towel down there.
That's creepy, because there's no one down there and there's no cars up top.
Yeah, but you can get to it from the eco retreat.
Yeah, where are
The
they?
eco retreat's just there, and you can walk down the path.
Oh, there's the eco retreat up there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's people down there as well.
Got a powder bag.
See them down there? Thanks for 1.5 Ks, 2 hours. Bit loose, but they're alright.
What, these ones?
Neck underneath you. That's it. So this walk, or swim, is through Weenu Gorge. It started as a descent from the car park down rocks and ladders, as you saw, into the valley. We were then swimming and climbing downstream to the first section, which is called the amphitheatre, obviously because of the likeness of the rock formations to an amphitheatre. Then we climbed through this tight section between the two rock walls, which is called the Spider Walk. And as we get through this section, which is probably only about 100 metres long, it opens up into Kermit's Pool, which is a very popular little spot.
Sorry? There's a gate at the end. Oh, yeah. Should we have a look? So we've seen all of the gorges we wanted to. The only one we couldn't was Handrail Gorge, but they said it wasn't worth, or Handrail Pool, sorry. They said it wasn't worth doing because there'd not been much water through there and the water was stagnant and you couldn't swim. So we're planning to leave tomorrow because we thought we'd be out here a bit longer. It's only 2:30, but we're thinking what we might do is pack all the stuff up now, head off now, and camp somewhere on the side of the road tonight, and then finish the rest tomorrow. Just to break up the drive, otherwise it's 16 hours straight tomorrow. So we're just going to pull down all the camper, see how long it takes. 2:35 now.
So we packed everything up and hit the road. We made it as far as Mikathara before we stopped for dinner and set up the camper just off the road for some sleep. We ended up at home the next day for about 2 p.m. All up we did 3,300 kilometres over the trip, and we really enjoyed it and would recommend it to anyone. However, we would suggest going off peak, as we went during Easter long weekend and found it to be pretty busy. Unfortunately, I couldn't film us packing up entirely as it decided to rain. We hope you enjoyed our video. Cheers.